Hi, I'm Michael, and I want to share with you how I make oodles of cash selling baked goods at the farmer's market. I've been doing this for the last 14 years, up to the last year, at which time I was diagnosed with cancer. And before I leave this earth, I want to share with you how I make oodles of cash selling baked goods. It's a very scalable system. It's basically you invest $6 in the morning, you get $36 back at the evening. It's also very scalable, so if you invest, like say $12, you get $72. If you invest $100 at the beginning of the day, you should be able to get $600 back at the end of the day. So this is like better returns than the stock market. So this is truly a get-rich-quick scheme if there ever was one. And it's completely legit, and you don't have to do anything crazy to do it. So one of the best things that I sell at the farmer's market are brownies. They're very popular. I'm sure they're very popular with you too. And it begins with a 9 by 13 pan, and you'll need to butter it. You need to butter it really good because the butter is what holds the parchment paper in the pan, so it's easy to get the things out. Get a little bit more in that corner there. There we go. And the parchment paper. Okay, and the next thing you'll want to do is you want to melt your chocolate in your butter. So I do this in the microwave. It takes about 1 minute. Put that in there, and we will microwave you. So the next thing you'll want to do is you want to sift your flour, your cocoa, and your salt. And this prevents clumps from happening because the cocoa is kind of clumpy, and sometimes the flour can be lumpy too. So you want to get that sifted really fast. Get it all through the strainer. Okay, put that aside. Okay, we've got the chocolate and things melting right here. And the next thing we want to do is chop some nuts. And I like using my little power chopper thing here. Plug you in real fast. Ooh. Here we go. And we will get you chopping. Super quick. I want them big enough so they know that there's nuts in there. That's all that it really takes. You out of the way now. You might want to save some big ones to put on top afterwards. And now we're going to put the sugar into the chocolate and butter. I hate this mixer cord, so it just gets in the way of everything. Okay, and then you're going to put in 5 eggs. See if I can do it without putting shells in there. And the oven is ready for us to put stuff into it. Here we go. No big shells yet. Still good. There we go. Okay, and we'll beat this in. Oh, put the vanilla in at this time too. There's 2 tablespoons of that. Nice and creamy now, and now we can just stir in the flour and cocoa mixture. Be very good about this. Doesn't take very long to do this. And stirring at this point makes it really nice texture for the brownie. So if you use the mixer, it could become more tougher. Okay, we're almost incorporated. We're going to add some nuts into it now. Save a couple nuts for the top. Take a little bit more out. There we go. Stir in the nuts. Okay, and then we can just pour it into the bowl. Spread it around. Get into those corners really nicely. Okay, and I'm gonna get all that batter in there. Okay, and then we'll sprinkle some walnuts on top of it. And this allows people to know that there's actually walnuts in it when they see it. So if you sometimes will do extra brownies like I do, like I might do 2 different types of brownies, that I can tell them apart. Okay, and we'll just pop this into the oven. Now, one of the things I like to do is to also know what the cost of making this product is, because that's very important if you're going to actually make money. I did this with a Girl Scout group for an entrepreneurial badge or whatever they do in Girl Scouts. And basically it was like entrepreneurialness, which I was doing as a sole business proprietor. And I basically had them run into like, it's like you can make stuff, you can do stuff, but if you're not charging the right amount of price, the right amount of money, you're not going to actually make money, or you may be losing business because you're charging too much. So charging the right amount means that you have to know exactly what your cost is for the item. So for the brownie, it's 18 cents for the flour, 75 cents for the sugar, brown sugar is 29 cents, vanilla is 10 cents, eggs is 75 cents, butter is $1.50, chocolate is $1.53, walnuts 66 cents, and salt is 4 pennies, and the cocoa is 14 cents. Now that comes out to a grand total of $5.94, and if you times that by 6, which is my multiplier, you end up with like $35.69. So if you divide that by the 12 brownies that I was making, that comes out to $3 a brownie. And I thought that was pretty high considering I'm charging about $2.50 for the lemon bar. And I wanted to keep the price consistent. So what I've done is I've simply divided it by 15, which takes it just below the $2.50 mark. So I now sell it as a 15 items out of the batch rather than 12. So that allows me to manage the cost of it and the expectations of the customer. So with that, I'm going to start cleaning up a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, they've now cooled down, and we're going to take them out of the pan carefully. And we're going to slowly remove this off to the sides. Okay. And as I told you, I now cut this into 15 pieces instead of the 12. It looks like a third right there. And that came out really nice. And we'll put another one right here. Okay, and then we will do, so there's a half That looks like half. So we'll do a piece right here. And if you get gummed up like this, you just take your thumb and you just scrape it off. And just one more cut. These are like literally the best brownies. Okay. And let's get this off my fingers. Alright. And now we can start packaging them up. And of course, I love my little flip top bags. And just peel them slowly, carefully off the thing. Other way. And people just go crazy for brownies. I mean, I go crazy for brownies, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, this is one of the items in which I've changed the quantities on. I used to do these as 12s, and now I do them as 15s because as the prices have gone up for like chocolate and walnuts and nuts, and for the butter and eggs, I've had to raise prices. I originally sold this as $2 like a decade ago, or over a decade ago, and now it's like $2.50. But I've also gone from 12 to 15, so I make up like an extra $5 by doing that. Or $7.50 if it's 3 more extra I'm getting. And these are so gooey. Come on, there you go. You can just look at how rich and fudgy that is. Perfect for ice cream sundaes, brownie fudge sundaes. There we go. Getting almost there. So I'm hoping that you're starting to get really enthusiastic about doing farmers markets and selling baked goods and making tons of money. Because I sure made a lot of money doing this, so I'm sure that you can too. There we go. And we can just put them on one of my other trays. And there you go, you've got a whole tray of brownies, and you can probably sell those for about $30. And I hope that you're enjoying my videos, and that you'll come back next time, that you will subscribe, hit like, and so forth, because I plan on doing a whole bunch more of these videos. I do over 100 items per year per season for the farmers market. And they range from like seasonal, like rhubarb in the spring, all the way to apples and pears in the fall and cranberries. So I hope you stick with me, and hopefully you'll start making some of these things and making tons of money. Thank you. Bye.